What's going on, family? This your boy Mark from Mark's Remarks. So listen, hopefully you're having a wonderful day. We're here if you say, hey, it's springtime or it's warm outside where we are. Why you have on a scarf or jacket and all the accessories? Because it's cold here. That's why. Yeah. Hey, so listen, quickly. This is for all my parents, guardians, grandparents, anybody who has children. I'm gonna just give you quickly my story. I think it is so imperative that we teach our young people to articulate themselves on paper. I find it to be so difficult when you are trying to move in certain circles if you don't have a handle on the standard English language. Now, here's a strategy to get your young people to articulate themselves on paper and have a handle of the English language. You have to make sure that they're reading a lot. And it doesn't matter what they're reading. If they're reading something about Fortnite, if they're reading something about NBA 2K19, if they're reading something about Barbie dolls, just pick up a book and read something. Read the newspaper. Read magazines about, things that they're interested in, because people talk, they write the way they talk. So if you are constantly speaking in Ebonics, then what happens is when you start to write, then how you talk is going to be the way you write. So if I say, hey man, you done got me twisted, you done got me messed up, when you're trying to articulate yourself in the standard English, that's not appropriate to say. So then if you do that, then people look at you as incompetent or have an inability to speak. So it's so important for our young people, especially with any exams they're taking, college essays, anything like that, they are going to have to be able to write. So when I left out of high school, I was partially illiterate. I've said this and I'll say this again. And I say partially illiterate because I could read. I'm not saying I couldn't read. I could read, but I didn't read often because I didn't like it. And I definitely couldn't write because when I wrote, everything I said on paper was, in Ebonics. So just give you an example. When I wrote the word the, I write D-A, duh. So English 101, I went to English 101. I wrote my first 5-page paper. My teacher marked it up so much in red, my paper was bleeding. I think I got a 0 on that exam, and then on that assignment. And then I dropped that class and went to another class that was, less writing or no writing at all. But then what happened was the rubber hit the road, got to the point where I couldn't drop these classes anymore if I wanted to continue my college degree in undergrad. So I was so frustrated. And this is what I did. I was so frustrated. I cried, literally tears out of my eyes. I prayed to God. I said, Lord, teach me how to write. And I found, and if you don't believe the story, I mean, there's only a few people that still know me from back then. I mean, they know me, but they didn't know my story like this. So I prayed to God and I said, Lord, please show me how to write. I found this Pastor Creflo Dollar, my man. And I was so intrigued about what he was saying. Brother was clean suit, just fresh. So I would write down all his sermons from beginning to end. Now, mind you, Pastor Dollar, if you ever watch him preaching, the brother don't preach for 15 minutes, man. The brother's preaching for hour and a half, 2 hours, 2.5 hours. And I would sit there and write all of his sermons from beginning to end. Now, doing so, what I learned was how to write an introduction statement, introduction paragraph, a thesis statement, a body, and conclusion. And I would do that over and over and over again. And it was twofold, because I was seeking God. I was trying to find God, but in turn, God was showing me how to write. Then I started having confidence, a little bit more confidence with English language, coupled with the fact that I would also go to the writing center and do all of those activities. Now I have, fast forward, I have 2 master's degrees and I'm finishing up a doctorate degree. So what I'm saying is, parents, to be proactive, give your kids something to read so that they can have a handle on the English language, because I'm not confused. I understand that we use Ebonics. I understand that we use broken English, but our young people, their vocabulary is not extensive enough to code switch when they are in arenas that they have to use the standard English. When they go draw on it, they don't have enough in their repertoire to use it. So it's so important that you have them read now and be proactive. And if you're like me and you're in college and you're struggling to articulate yourself, you made it through, go to the writing center, go get tutors, and don't feel ashamed. Writing is a skill. It's like any other skill. The more you practice it, the better you get at it. So keep practicing, keep working hard. I love you. This is your boy from Mark's Remarks. Tell yourself, say this with me: I will accomplish all my goals in 2019. Everything I do, I will have success in. I always win at everything I do. And if you have issues with writing, I'll say this prayer. Say, Lord, please help me. Show me how to write. Open up my mind and open up my heart so that I can learn how to articulate myself on paper. And I believe, God, with you, that's going to happen for you. So, hey, this is your boy from Mark's Remarks. Love you. Praying for you. Make sure you subscribe, share, like, all of that good stuff. Talk to you later. Peace.